Good evening, everybody. I'm Ian Thomas. Coming up tonight on WTDB News at 7, a 34-year-old Walmart employee was trampled to death after greeting people during the reopening of one of their stores following Thanksgiving. We'll have more on that story and many others later on in our broadcast. We'll also have your latest traffic and weather information for Grand Rapids and the Lakeshore, all coming up. The news for WTDB West Michigan starts now. Michael Goldman, a 17-year-old teenager from Grand Rapids, sits in jail this afternoon after being indicted for assault with a deadly weapon. Michael received $175,000 today after a judge awarded it to him for his pain and suffering in a 2004 case. After a public safety official used excessive force arresting Goldman, he injured Goldman's face. A mom from Cadillac has been charged today with a felony child abuse after her children were poisoned by carbon monoxide inside her minivan. Her 4 children, ages 1 through 4, were discharged from the hospital last week and are now in foster care. Brandy King, the mother of those children, was released today from jail after posting her $1,000 bond. Some news coming from Detroit this evening. General Motors is hoping that the release of their new 2010 Camaro will build back enthusiasm for the brand. The release of the 2010 Camaro will hopefully help the struggling auto giant. Good news coming right here from Grand Rapids this evening. It seems that home sales went up 21%. That's a nice increase. The increase is based on percent of total sales as well as the sales dollar amounts. Number of active home listings shows no virtual change, but the increase gives hope to many West Michigan residents. The Michigan Health Department has now confirmed a total of 9 cases of the swine flu in Michigan alone, one more than last week. The federal government says the swine flu is similar to the seasonal flu and is in no means as severe as previously expected. We will have more information later in our broadcast on the steps you can take to keep you and your family safe from the swine flu. Coming up a little bit later on our news at 7, we'll talk to you about your weather and your traffic forecasts. But right now we have a sad story from Afghanistan this evening. 147 civilians are dead after being in the middle of a dispute between American forces and Taliban militants. The death toll has not been confirmed at this time, but a local official says he has collected 147 names of dead villagers from their sobbing relatives. Defense Secretary Robert Gates, who was on a 2-day visit to Afghanistan, told WTDB News that the U.S. military regrets the death and has stopped short of taking the blame. The Unemployment Insurance Agency of Michigan's Marvin system crashed a while back. Michigan residents are still feeling the repercussions of that crash. They say that everyone should receive their money on Friday, May 8th, tomorrow. The Marvin system went down around Sunday night and early Monday for some lucky residents. Those using state debit cards should have already had their money wired to them, but those who are still receiving checks from the state, those checks were mailed out yesterday. A strange story coming to us from New York this evening. A customer in an upstate New York restaurant received a special ingredient in his food. Jack Pendleton was at TGI Fridays in Clifton Park when he spotted a gray object mixed in with his vegetables. After poking it around with a fork, he realized it was a snake head about the size of his thumb. Pendleton took a quick snap of a snake head with his phone and then notified a manager. WTB News talked to a spokesperson for that chain, and they said that they are investigating, but we have no more information at this time. We will keep you updated as the story develops, both on air and online. Let's get a check of your 5-day forecast. Tomorrow, Friday the 8th, we have a 20% chance of showers with a high of 73 and a low of 49. Looks like quite a nice day. On Saturday, it's going to be 50% chance of showers with a high of 58 and a low of 48. On Sunday, partly cloudy with a high of 59 and a low of 38. And on Monday, it's going to warm back up with scattered frost and a high of 63 and a low of 35. Now we want to tell you some quick tips on how you can avoid getting the swine flu. One of them is wash your hands regularly. We recommend that you wash your hands in hot soapy water for the amount of time it would take you to sing happy birthday twice. That's about 20 seconds. You can also avoid getting the swine flu by keeping hydrated by drinking at least 8 8-ounce glasses of water. that will also reduce your chance of getting the swine flu. Or you could just go out to the dollar store and buy one of these handy dandy mouth masks if you're that desperate. Now, more than 2,000 people across the world have confirmed cases of the swine flu. 23 countries' residents have the swine flu. One half of the 20,000 confirmed cases are in Mexico, where the swine flu has spread like rapid fire. Remember to follow those prevention tips that we just told you a few seconds ago if you want to stay swine flu free. From everybody at WTDB News, I'm Ian Thomas. Thank you for watching tonight, and we hope you have a great afternoon. We'll see you tomorrow at 7 p.m.
Wow.